Hi, this is Miss Alonso, and welcome to the Brewer Beginning Band Parent Meeting. If at any time you have any questions or just have questions after the meeting, feel free to contact any of the directors. Here's our contact information. You can contact any of us, and we will be able to get you in contact with the correct director, or we should be able to answer your question with no problem. So, on staff, we have me, Alicia Alonso, Miss Johnson, Miss Goings, Miss Gonzalez, and Mr. Duke. This is the website to our band website. It's bit.ly/bearband, and the QR code is right there next to it. So if you want to take a quick picture to visit our website, that's there. On our website, it has tons of information. So anything we missed in this meeting or a calendar of events that you would like to see, it's pretty empty right now. But eventually, once we get going, we'll have concerts and things that will be listed there, as well as rental information, supply information, and anything else you may want to know about band. It's all housed on our website. So follow and like us on social media. We also added one other social media account this summer. So we have Facebook, it's Brewer Band 5-8, Instagram at Brewer Band Fans, our Twitter account at Brewer Bands, and we also have our YouTube, and it's just Brewer Band, which is also linked in your student's Canvas account. Now, to stay up to date with the everyday, every week things that go on with band, we have reminds set up. Now, there are quite a bit of beginner classes. The ones here that are listed with instruments, those are for Tannahill, since the majority of our beginners are at Tannahill. And then we have BMS down here at BMS Beg. And then we have Fine Arts Academy at FAA Bands. Now, what you do is you text 81010, this phone number here, and you text in the body the @ symbol, and then like bear flute would be bear flute, or bear horn would be oboe, bassoon, or French horn. So they're all a little bit different, and some are the same because they're the same period or used to be. And those are also on our band website if you missed that, or if you would rather see it in a different way. Now, our band handbook. We have our website with information, but we also have our handbook with the ins and outs and reasonings and more detailed parts of band. And you can access this either the QR code or the bit.ly link here. It's Band Handbook 20. And it has all of our policies regarding band and absences and sectionals and all kinds of things. So that's a good resource for you as well. Now, this is probably the most important part. So after you read the handbook, you're going to go to this form. It's a bit.ly link again, band form 20. So that's all you have to type into your browser. And you're going to fill out the information for your child. And I know you've probably done this already because you tried out for instruments or something. But this is going to be a little bit more detailed with like shirt sizes, medical information, the campus they're on, the grade they are, and parent contact, emergency contacts. Because in the event we get to go on a band trip this year, or we take your student off of campus, it's very important that this form is filled out and correct, just in case things pop up. So this form will be one of the first things due for your student. Instrument tryouts. Good thing to know is that most of you have already done this. So some of you came in person before COVID came and we were able to do it in person. Some of you already did the virtual tryout. And then some of you may be new, completely new to the district and haven't done that yet. So you can go to this link, bit.ly/virtual tryout, and fill it out. It takes about 30 minutes. You need a tape measure or a ruler. And then it sends the form to us whenever you're finished, and we can help your student find out the instrument that best suits them and what class is still open for them. And as soon as we have that, we'll reach out to you and let you know how the results are, and go on from there. And if at any time you have questions about tryouts, you can contact me directly. Now, on to supplies. What supplies does your student need? Now, we require a band binder. However, we are going to provide that as a district, which is wonderful news for you. It's one less thing to stop at Walmart to get. And it'll come with a pencil pouch, pencil dividers, a mirror, their band book. It'll come with everything they need. And throughout the year, they're going to add handouts and things that we go through with them in class. It is mandatory for them to bring this binder to class every single day because that's what we're learning off of. And we can't share this year because of keeping everyone safe. So everyone will have a band binder provided for them. Instrument and instrument accessories is something that is up to most parents. If you are a tuba, euphonium, oboe, bassoon, French horn, we have your school owned instrument here, so you don't have to buy those. However, the other instruments like trombones, clarinet, saxophone, flute, um, trumpet, and percussion, those are instruments that you will have to either rent or purchase for your student. And if at any time you have questions about any of the accessories or the instrument or getting an instrument and you and your family just needs help, feel free to reach out to us. We will help you. We will find a solution. But please make sure you reach out to us and email me, and we will get you set up. And binder pickup. So I talked about binders being provided by the school district this year. So our virtual students, we're not going to see you in person in class to give you your binder. So we arranged 2 dates for possible pickups for you. So the first date is Tuesday, September 8th from 6 to 8 p.m. It's at the BMS Band Hall located at the back of the school between the track and the tennis courts. And there's an awning by the band hall, so if you can't see it, that's perfectly fine. We can give you a map, and actually, that's going out with more information later. And or you can email us, and we can be a little more specific with you on how to get there. Now, the second date is here at Tannahill. It's Thursday, September 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. as well. And it's going to be where the buses line up for pickup and drop off by the cafeteria, and we will be able to hand you your band binder there. And again, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or a different director, and we will get you taken care of.
Hi, y'all. It's Mrs. Goings here. I'd like to talk to you about a few more things about being in band. First of all, let's talk about how to get an instrument. You have 3 options. The first option is to choose the recorded virtual instrument drive that's on our Facebook page. If you haven't already liked our Facebook page, you need to go ahead and do that. We'll be putting out some fun information throughout the year. If you choose this option, there is a Facebook Live video that's available there, and your instruments and supplies are going to be delivered directly to the school. The second option is the Facebook Live virtual instrument drive. This is a meeting that you can log on to on Tuesday, September the 15th from 6 to 6:30 p.m. We're also going to post that on our Facebook page. Did I mention that you need to like our Facebook page? Your third option is to contact the bandwagon. You can do that by calling 817-583-0001 or their new number 469-744-9082, And you can also reach information about them on their website at thebandwagonmusicstore.com. It is our desire for each and every one of you to have a quality instrument that is going to allow you to have your very best possible start in band. So when you're purchasing an instrument, we would ask that you purchase the instrument and the accessories that we have requested. If you have any questions about that, please contact us first so that we can make sure that you are going to have a good experience with the instrument that you get. All instruments need to be repaired and maintained from time to time, and the Bandwagon Music Store will be completing our repairs. Repairs on instruments that are rented from the bandwagon are often completely covered by your rental fees. Any damage that exceeds normal wear and tear, either on a bandwagon rental instrument or a school-owned instrument, may be charged to the parent. Extra charges will be assessed when the instrument goes to repair. I can tell you, as a matter of fact, that Mr. Henry's prices, though, are the best in the business. So he's going to do everything possible to keep those expenses as low as he can. It is the student's responsibility to communicate with his or her parents and the directors when their instrument needs repair. The students are responsible for getting the instrument into the repair room and filling out the repair ticket. We hope that we're going to be able to do some performances throughout the year. When we do perform, we all wear a uniform so that we look the same. Your uniform for your performances is the band t-shirt tucked in. By the way, your band t-shirt looks really cool. I've seen it. Along with your band t-shirt, you're going to need blue jeans. Please no black, green, any other color. They do need to be blue jeans. Make sure those have no slash marks in them, no holes, no frays. They need to be completely whole and blue jeans and closed-toed shoes with that. Yes, you can wear your tennis shoes. It'll be okay. Fees and other expenses. We have good news. All of the band fees and school instrument usage fees for this year have been completely waived. This is to assist our families that have been financially impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. However, if you are able to donate monetarily and you would like to do so, we would certainly appreciate that, as our funds have been depleted for this year. You can do that by contacting one of the band directors, and we'd be happy to set up a donation for you through Skyward Finance so that you can pay for that online. We do accept other donations throughout the year. We would love to some help keeping our band spaces clean, as well as help in providing necessities for our students. If you could donate any of the following items, please do consider those. We are always in need of tissues, facial tissues, and unscented baby wipes. Both of these items need to have no lotions and no scent to them, as we don't want any of that to get on our instruments. Nothing greasy or oily needs to touch our instruments at any time. Dry erase markers are always appreciated. We go through a lot of those. We need the big kind with the chisel tip on them, not the smaller ones. Hand sanitizer. We're going to be going through a lot of hand sanitizer this year, and any extra bit certainly helps us. Clorox types wipes as well. Rubbing alcohol. We use rubbing alcohol to clean our instruments and clean our mouthpieces. And it is very difficult to find rubbing alcohol right now. So if you find some, please pick up a little bit extra for us, and we would greatly appreciate that.
Hey guys, my name is Miss Gonzalez. I'm going to be one of the new band directors joining the team this year. I'm super excited. I'll be the assistant band director at BMS, helping out Miss Johnson. I'll be at TIS as well, just helping out. I am very excited to get to know everybody and to just be a part of a great district. Let's go ahead and continue with our slideshow. So grades and expectations. So your child will have playing tests in class. They'll usually know what's coming up with this because it'll be something they've worked on in class or something they were given to practice over the week. Those will be just graded into the grade book, just like Canvas and Skyward. So recordings and Flipgrid chair tests. So Flipgrid is something that you can do. You can use it and then submit it through Canvas, but your child will record themselves playing something that we've assigned to them. And then based on that recording, they'll be giving a chair in class based on how well they played, and that'll all be through Flipgrid. So practice records. Practice records are there for your child to kind of just keep track of what they're doing week by week, making sure that they're practicing what they've been learning in class, and just making sure that they can keep pace with band and that they're successful in our classes every day. So participation and preparation are extremely important in band. Participation just means that you're showing up to class, you're showing up to extra rehearsals and performances, and that you're prepared and ready to go. So you see daily grades there. You want to make sure that your child will always have their binder and their supplies. So the binder and supply checks will be a daily thing in class. but they go along with just being prepared and making sure that your child has their pencil, make sure that they have their binder with all their music and their instrument, anything they need to be successful in band. And then, like I mentioned with the grades, rehearsals and performances, it's super important. Those are all things that your child need to be at for band and to be successful. Rehearsals and performances should be on the calendar so that you'll know when your kid will need to be there. Instrument storage this year is going to be every student will have a assigned cubby and a storage space if their instrument's a little bit larger, like a tuba, and that'll be kept there all through the day. So instruments, regardless of how big or small they are, need to be going home with your child every day. This is super important so they can practice at least 15 to 20 minutes a day. Anything they can do to just have their face on the instrument at home so that they can be practicing and making sure that they're keeping up with the stuff that we're working on in class every day. The cubbies need to be kept free of clutter, so you don't want any food or snacks in there. It should just be the band binder in your assigned cubby, and then if your instrument's small enough, that can go in there as well. So our band calendar, this is the link to that band calendar right there. So if you type that in your device, whether it's an iPhone, Mac, anything like that, you're going to hit the link, and then you're going to go, it's going to be accessed through a band website. So you'll see, it'll say BMS band or Tannahill band on there. You're going to go to the website right here, and then you're going to find where it says calendar. Once you hit calendar, it should take you to the calendar. There should be a little plus sign. I think it's in the bottom right corner of the calendar. If you hit that plus sign, you can add the calendar to your device. It says right here, yes, the bottom right icon. You can add that calendar to your device, whether it's your computer, your cell phone, and then you can keep track with that for the rest of the year. So it'll be updated whenever we update it with rehearsals, performances, just anything important that your child needs to be at throughout the school year. Super important that you add this to your device. You can do it right now if you want to, since this is virtual. Just make sure that you have that so you can keep track of what's going on in band. So calendar and absence procedures for band. All rehearsals and performances are going to be required. I mentioned that earlier in the slideshow. You want to make sure that your child is at all the events that we have so that they can keep pace with everybody else and they keep up with everything that's going on. The only time students from all three campuses will be together is at the rehearsals that happen before a concert. And again, those will be on the calendar so you'll know when those are happening. Students must attend the rehearsal so they'll know where to go and what to expect the night of the concert. You don't want your child to be lost the night of the concert. You want them to feel great about the music that they're about to show off for you, and you want to make sure that they know what's going on. So again, super important that we have everybody at all the rehearsals. And then you're going to put all the rehearsals and concert dates on your calendar as you receive them. So remember, if you hit that bottom right icon and you just sync it to your device, everything should already be there for you. So in band, we have lots of parent opportunities. We love to see you guys come out, see your faces, meet y'all, socially distant this year, of course, and with masks. But our Brewer Band Boosters are the group that helps us just fundraise and helps us with anything that we do that's maybe a bigger event, like hosting a contest. It's volunteer-based, but we do fundraisers. We're working on what we're going to do for this year to do our fundraisers. We host contests. So depending on what happens this year, if things get better, we could host contests at BMS or TIS, and that could be run by parent volunteers and anything like that. If you are interested in doing band boosters, they meet the first Monday of every month at 7 o'clock at either Brewer High School, or if we need to, we'll do it on Zoom as well, and it'll be virtual. Again, it's all volunteer-based, and we would love for anybody to be a part of this. It's super great to meet y'all, just see your faces every at least first of the month, and to have y'all there supporting your kids and supporting band.
Hey everybody, my name is Elaine Johnson. I am the head band director here at BMS. I'm also the 5th through 8th grade band coordinator here in White Settlement ISD. You'll see me on all the campuses, so whether your student is attending Fine Arts Academy or Tannahill or BMS, you will see me around, and I am so happy to be teaching all of your students this year. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the last portion of our parent meeting here. Present. I get to talk to you about the fun things, actually practicing and playing instruments. So first off, practice. Classes are not going to begin on instruments immediately. We will take a while to teach your students the fundamentals of what's going on. So we'll have to learn things about rhythm and notes and the parts of the instrument and how to take care of an instrument. And there's also things to learn about how to hold our faces when we play an instrument, and how to hold our hands when we play an instrument. Those things will all happen before we actually make a sound on the instrument itself. But as soon as we make a sound on the instrument itself, which will probably be around when the second grading period is starting, so 6.5 weeks into school, if you've seen the grade period calendar, when we start taking instruments home, instruments will need to go home every single day. So students should be practicing every single day. 5 to 15 minutes daily is much better than practicing 2 hours on Sunday. So we have kind of changed our practice record. I'll let you read that slide there yourself, but we've kind of changed our practice record up a little bit so that students are being graded for more how often they practice rather than how much they practice, because we don't want students to just get in their 100 minutes on Sunday so that they're ready to turn it on Monday. We would rather them practice throughout the week, because that's what's going to make it stick in their head and in the muscles in their face and their hands as they are learning how to play an instrument. It is muscle memory. So students who practice effectively are successful, and our practice record will show that. So let's go on to our practice record. Here is a copy of what your students will be receiving as a practice record once a week. Again, they won't receive this until it's time for instruments to go home. We will send home emails when it's time for that, and you will know, if by communication from us, that it's time for your students' instruments to be going home, and this will be a grade in their Canvas course once a week. You can see here there are columns of checkboxes for each day. In order to receive a 100 on this practice record, they should fill out and complete one column 5 times a week. If they practice 5 times a week, completing everything in the column, then they're going to receive a 100. So first question is, did you practice? That's an easy question, right? The next question is, did you warm up? And there's information on each of these when you actually see the document that will tell you what a warm up is, what items in your child's binder is a warm-up. Those things your students will also have written on top of their papers, because as we start playing, we're going to be telling them, this is warm-up, this is a technique exercise, this is repertoire. So all of those things we will teach them, but the idea is they practice in all of these categories. They're going to practice warm-ups, they're going to practice their rhythm charts, they're going to practice technique, and they're going to practice repertoire every single time that they practice. That way they're becoming a well-rounded musician rather than just practicing rhythm or just practicing the songs out of their book, because then they would not be as good in the other areas of their practice and playing. So students will be expected to practice weekly and document it on their digital practice records. So if they practice on Monday, they'll fill this out. They'll come back to the same document on Tuesday and check the boxes if they practice on Tuesday, and so on and so forth. Then when they're finished with that for the week, they will submit it. And we'll go over all of that with your students when it is time to do it in class. Private lessons. This is also a really fun thing. Private lessons are for everyone. This is a one-on-one lesson from a private teacher to your child that happens every single week for about 30 or 25 to 30 minutes. It depends on how long the class is, but 25 minutes is the lesson. Now, if your student is an online learner, I highly encourage private lessons, because that's the place that they're going to get that one-on-one instruction. Our teachers will do in-person lessons. They'll also do Zoom lessons. And our online learners, since you won't be seeing us in person, a Zoom lesson or an in-person lesson with a private teacher would be the best way to make sure your student doesn't develop any bad habits while they're playing before they come back to school and see us and all of that. Bad habits are really hard to fix for anybody. So private lessons are the best way to make sure that they're learning correctly from the very beginning. Of course, that's our job as well, but think about a class of 24 students with one teacher versus a one-on-one lesson once a week where it's one teacher to one student. Of course, you're going to get more individualized instruction to help catch any issues before they arise with that individual student, or if your student is doing really, really well, that's the way that they're going to get ahead and have more fun, is because they're going to get individualized instruction with a private lesson. We do have scholarships available for $10. So that would take $10 off of the price of private lessons. I highly encourage anyone that's interested in lessons, but cost is an issue, to go ahead and apply for that scholarship. All of the information about lesson teachers and scholarships and anything that you might want to know are on our band website, which you can also find a direct link to the lesson page by going to bit.ly/Brewer Lessons. Now, go there. If you have any questions, shoot one of your band teachers an email and we would be happy to answer them for you. But I highly encourage anyone to sign up for lessons, and you do that by contacting one of the lesson teachers that are on the website. Next, in-person learning. So let's go over the difference between some in-person things that we're going to be doing this year that we wouldn't normally do, and also what our online learners are going to be doing. So if you are in person and you are coming to school every single day, I wanted to let you guys know that we're taking some precautions to make sure that everything stays safe. A lot of you might be worried about playing an instrument, but first off, let's say we're going to have masks on anytime that we are not playing an instrument. Students will have masks on anytime that they are not playing an instrument. We've spent a lot of our summertime doing some research on the safest practices for playing an instrument, and basically what we have learned is that speaking is kind of worse than playing an instrument without a mask. So we have also purchased bell covers for all of the instruments as an extra precaution, but as long as we are wearing masks when we are speaking, take them off, perform, play, and put our mask back on as soon as the instrument's not in our mouth anymore, then we're going to be just fine, and we're following all of the guidelines for playing an instrument. We're also going to be socially distanced. We already have boxes and marks on all of our floors and all of our classrooms to help keep students separated so that there is no cross-contamination just from being close. We are going to make sure that our classes are smaller sizes. So we're splitting up large classes to make sure that there's enough space for everybody. And we'll also have hand sanitizer that students will use as they come in and leave our classroom. And students are also going to wipe down all of their chairs and stands after each class so that when the next group comes in, they are already ready to go and everything is clean. We are providing band binders for everybody. So all of that will be provided to you. Nothing will be shared. Instruments, every student will have their own instrument and supplies, so nothing is shared. So everything that students get will be theirs to use. Anything that is shared, which would be stands and chairs, is wiped down between each class period. Online learning. This one's a little bit weird for us, but we have been working all summer to make sure that this is a possibility for you guys. We do not want you to get to miss out on learning band and learning an instrument just because you are needing to do online learning. So absolutely, we have provided a way to make this happen. Now, band will not be offered as a class of record for online learning, which means it's not something that you're getting a grade for. However, when you come back to in-person learning, we didn't want you to be penalized or behind for not having those classes and not having all of that instruction. So we have recorded videos all summer long to give to you guys and make available to you guys with all of our instruction so that you guys who are at home and learning how to play an instrument at home will have the exact same instruction that students are learning online. Now, we will also offer some Zoom times with a teacher, and we'll also offer some other things where you need to submit Flipgrid assignments, which are just videos that you're submitting to your teacher. So we can kind of monitor where you're at and give you updates and help you make sure that we're not learning any bad habits and help make sure that we're on the right track so that when you do come back to in-person learning, whenever that is, you're still on the right track and not just starting brand new. Because if you came back in January, a student came back in January to a class that had already been playing an instrument for months, then obviously there would be a little bit of a discrepancy there. So we're making sure that you are ready to go. So whenever you decide to come back, whenever that is, whenever you feel it's safe, you are on track just like the rest of the class. So if you have any questions, please reach out to one of our band directors and we will be happy to help you and answer those questions. But we are providing all of this online stuff so that you are ready to go. Private lessons are also highly recommended for online learners. That'll be one of the best ways to double check and make sure that your student and your child is going to stay on track and not learn any bad habits. Again, there's the link for the lesson information. Our virtual lessons will be on Canvas. We are working on getting that to you, and we'll send out more information about all of that as we get closer to school. Next, parent expectations. Okay, so the first thing that I need you to do as parents, since this is a parent meeting, sign up for your students' class remind text. That was at the beginning of this video. It will also be on our website if you need that information again. Please, please, please sign up for this. That'll be the best way to reach you and to get information out to you. Read through the weekly band newsletter to stay up to date. Miss Goings will be sending out a newsletter and making sure that all of the information that you need is in there. We are going to try to keep that concise so it's not tons of information overflowing, but that will help you know what is going on. Check Canvas for student assignments, especially practice records. So if you are online or in person, practice records will be on Canvas. Practice records will be done online. So make sure that you're checking Canvas, make sure you're helping your student fill out your practice record weekly whenever we start practice records, which again will not be at the very beginning of the school year. Order your students' supplies in a timely manner. That would be their supplies for right now. So if they're playing flute, you need to order a flute or get one ready to rent to own that'll be delivered, and then the kit of supplies that goes with this. If you're playing a school-owned instrument, you don't need to order the instrument, but you do need to order the kit of supplies that would go with it. So say your student's playing euphonium, you would need to order a euphonium mouthpiece and valve oil and things like that to help you take care of the instrument. All of that can be ordered through Bandwagon, as we talked about earlier. Also, as we get going, there will be things that need to be replaced, like reeds will go bad. We might need, your child will need more before the end of the year. So make sure you're in contact with your child and ask them, how are your reeds? How many reeds do you have? Students will be using 4 reeds at a time. They need to have 4 good reeds all the time. So when they get down to less than 4, it is definitely it is past time to order some reeds. Same thing with valve oil and cork grease, things like that. Anything that your kid is running out of, make sure that you order them. Next, monitor your students' practice. So I've already talked a little bit about what your student should be practicing. So hopefully that will help just a little bit, help you know what you can be looking for in your child's practice and help them to stay on top of what they're supposed to be doing. Again, if you have any questions, please let us know. We will be happy to help. That is the end of our parent meeting. First off, thank you so much for attending, and thank you so much for watching this meeting and staying here till the end. Make sure you filled out your parent form. That is the student information form that was posted at the beginning of this. That's how we'll know that you attended this parent meeting and then have all of the information that we need to get your kid ready to go for band class. So if you have any questions, please send us an email. Again, I'm Miss Johnson. Thank you so much for coming, and have a great afternoon, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this. Bye.